This is the King 5 High School Sports Blitz, brought to you by Dairy Gold, farmer-owned and local since 1918. Now a man who's more trick than treat, Paul Sylvie.
Oh, that's a scary open, Tony White. All right, it's the Halloween edition of the High School Sports Blitz, brought to you by Dairy Gold. And I'll tell you what, we've been doing this show. This is like week 9 for us this season. I think we have more great highlights tonight. And this is not just a sales job. Stick around for Stillicum Fife. Those guys are probably still scoring down south, and it's not even over yet. Who knows? But we've got a lot of great highlights for you. Top 5 plays of the week are going to be very tough to pick. We want to see what you're doing out there. Your videos, your picks, hashtag K5 Sports. Send them our way. Twitter, Instagram. Where are we headed tonight? Here are the towns and the cities we're in. 15 towns around the Sound, north to south, from Monroe to Renton, Auburn, down to Tumwater. 17 games on the way. We will start with Skyline and Issaquah. The Issaquah fans dressed for Halloween and believing, but visiting Skyline is looking to seal a playoff berth. Spartans get on the board first. Skyline's Prescott Wong breaks a tackle, muscles through 2 more defenders to find pay dirt. Skyline marches right back. Joe Green over the top to a wide open Noah Park, back of the end zone. Spartans up 14-0, and the visiting crowd liking what they're seeing tonight. Skyline pours it on to open the second half. Joe Green again. This time down the seam to Dominic Weiberg, 20-yard touchdown. Skyline up 28-0. Issaquah not about to let this one go. Skyline's Eddie Rosemont at a quarterback, and the ball sails into the hands of Issaquah's Anthony Stevens. He takes it 40 yards to the house. Pick 6. Eagles feeling a comeback can happen. Issaquah quarterback Jade Griffiths on the read option here plows into a wall of Spartan defenders. It's a scrum. Griffiths extends the ball and gets the TD before the ball comes loose. Eagles pull closer, but Skyline does put the game away. Green back in. He tosses to Evan Alexander, who hurdles 2 defenders and slides inside the pylon. Look at that. He's a man's man. Skyline wins at 42-28, takes the Cole Bucket Trophy back up to the plateau one more time. Bellarmine Prep, senior night at Spark Stadium. Puyallup hosting Bellarmine Prep, and Vikes to the air. Jacob Holcomb threads the needle to Justin Haas. Good concentration and run after the catch. The Vikes powered in from there. Kyle Kramer blows through the middle and in. 14-0 Puyallup. The Lions hope to start a scoring drive with a good run back here. Bronson Torres takes the kick, heads right up the sidelines. A good return for Torres. Unfortunately, the drive will stall due to a turnover. Ball gets tipped. George Johnson is there to snare it out of the air. Sweet little pick there. Strong first half for the Vikes. Holcomb hits Darius Morrison for 6 more right here, and Bellarmine does come back in the second half, falls a bit short. The final 35-28.
To the NPSL, Tahoma and Hazen. Tavian Williams takes the handoff, and he powers over the goal line, helping the Bears build an early lead. Hazen quarterback Jackson Ingram tries to counter through the air. This ball floats right into the hands of Jarrell Chapman. Watch Delvin McNeely hurdle his own teammate right here, up and over. That's full-on pursuit, and it pays off as he makes the tackle. The Bears build a 20-0 lead late in the first half. Hazen gets on the board when Ingram hits Kendall Talton. He's all alone and in for 6. Here's another great play by McNeely. It looks like the Bears have him wrapped up in the backfield, but he's like Houdini. He pulls off a magic act and heads the other way for a touchdown. Great effort by McNeely. The Bears extend their lead when quarterback Connor Lambro keeps it himself, motors in for a touchdown. Bears up 41-33, 3 minutes left. Too much time for the Highlanders. McNeely gets some help on the touchdown run to send the game to overtime. The Highlanders get a touchdown in the OT, and the defense slams the door from there. A big stop on 4th down to end it. Hazen wins in an overtime thriller, 48-41.
We just kept our head up, said we got to keep working through it and keep playing strong. We just got to keep it moving. O-line, everybody, just keep going. We all good. On to the next.
We'll go on to the next. A rare appearance by Sehome in the area, taking on Shorewood. Sehome quarterback Michael Minnick hooks up with Drew Smith to open the scoring. Smith sneaks out, in for the touchdown. Second quarter, Minnick throwing the ball all over the place. Nice toss, even better catch by Brett Megiesi. The Mariners on the move again. Number 7 at QB, throwing to 11. 7-11. They're open 24-7 for plays like this one. Smith outruns the last defender for a Mariners touchdown. It's a beauty. Sehome having a lot of success through the air as they build a 20-0 lead. Shorewood quarterback David Snell looking for Deshaun Alexander. Look at this catch. He goes up and steals it. Great grab. Worked once, they try it again. This time, Jay Travier comes out of nowhere to make the interception. Sehome goes on to win it 26-0. Now to Jackie the intern.
It's Chiefs Sealth and Seattle Prep at Memorial Stadium, the lone Metro League game tonight. Matt Layton gets the Panthers into scoring position. The first quarter turns to the second and Prep goes to the air. Jackson Woodward zips it to Brennan Holmes and Holmes is in the house. 10-0 Prep. The air attack is working, so Prep stays with it. Woodward dumps it over the middle to Nicholas Johnson and the Panthers go up 17-0. One more time, Woodward to the back of the end zone and it's Holmes hauling it in. Tough first half for Sealth, but that's okay with this quartet.
Yeah, we're like, I guess you could say loyal fans. We come every week. It's like our group pretty much, and then a lot of other people, but I don't think a lot of people came because how far it is from our school, but normally it's a bigger crowd, so yeah.
Would you guys say that you guys are the most for loyal fans here at Chiefs Sealth?
Yeah, I think we go a lot, yeah.
The group stays with it and are rewarded for their perseverance. Diego Jackson hits Logan Jackson, but that's it for the Seahawks. Prep wins it 33-8.
I definitely just got to give it to my guys. Like, they're blocking for me. I couldn't do without them. Quarterback's throwing great passes. I'm just making plays when I can, trying my best.
Time now for the big game, brought to you by Dairy Gold. Farmer-owned and local since 1918.
All right, time once again for the big game, and the vote again very tight this week. We had 16,000 votes, separated by just 45 were the winners in this one. It was Auburn and Auburn Riverside. And I should say, as we throw it out to Chris Egan, a Puyallup grad, I'm wearing Bellarmine Prep tonight, so thanks to the Lions for letting me wear their jersey and sending me a nice, comfortable jersey tonight. Looks a little Penn State-ish, always kind of like that look. Chris, I know your Vikings took it to the Lions tonight. That's why I'm kind of setting this all up for you, but you had a big game down there tonight as well.
Well, and real quickly, Paul, they did crown me homecoming king earlier today. That's another story. But, Paul, little less money on maybe the pizza budget and more on the decorations. One single pumpkin? Come on, I got pumpkins bigger than that in the backyard. We got to pick it up back there in the studio. As for the game here, Paul, tonight, a pretty good game. Enumclaw, by the way, they locked up the #1 seed from the NPSL Olympic Conference last night. But with a win tonight, Auburn Riverside would be crowned co-conference champs, and the Ravens would also secure the #2 seed and a home playoff game next Friday. But the Auburn Trojans, they had plenty of motivation tonight to play hard. A big crowd on hand for the Trojans' homecoming game, but it's a bittersweet night as Auburn head coach Gordon Elliott coaches his final regular season game. After 35 years as a head coach, Gordy has decided to step down as the head man. Auburn Riverside going to the air early. Tiano Maliatufa with a beautiful pass to fellow senior Jaden Robinson. Robinson hauls it in, and the Ravens take a 7-0 lead. Ravens running back Sam Brayboy having a big night. He had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. This one makes it 24-0 Auburn Riverside, and the Ravens fans are loving it. Second quarter, and it's more from Braybo. Nothing up the middle, so he takes it to the outside for the 20-yard touchdown, 31-0 Ravens. The Trojans finally get the offense rolling. Nate Johnson gets the handoff and rumbles to the outside, 20 yards for the first down and some change. A few plays later, the Trojans muscled in for 6 points, but Auburn Riverside still leads by 24 at the half. Third quarter now, and apparently the halftime speech from Coach Elliott was a good one. Hope Tuamo Heloa takes this one 49 yards for the touchdown. It's now 31-14 Ravens. Auburn Riverside answers with their ground attack. Brayboy with his 4th touchdown of the night. Auburn Riverside wins it 48-28.
We might be the closest team that's ever came through Riverside. Like we literally eat, sleep, and breathe together. We're all together all the time.
The Ravens with the best regular season record in school history. They also lock up the #2 seed and co-conference champions. But, Paul, their playoff draw, not an easy one. We had an upset tonight down south. Union knocks off Camas 14-13. So with that loss for Camas, Camas will now hit the road for the first round of the playoffs, and Camas will be right here next Friday night taking on Auburn Riverside in a thriller in week 1 of the playoffs. As for head coach Gordon Elliott, one of the great coaches in state history, he will wrap up his career, Paul, right here on Thursday night in a crossover game against Kentridge. So Gordon Elliott, one more game as the head coach, but he did tell me tonight you will definitely see him on the sidelines again, more than likely as an assistant coach.
Yeah, it's tough to see the longtime coaches go, Chris, for sure. And I know you're kind of dogging our one pumpkin up here, but,
yeah,
you know, he's lonely. But our producer, Tony White, said that's the budget we're working with. So we're lucky enough that Derry Gold put us on the air. What?
Paul, if you guys didn't put down 12 pizzas every weekend, I mean, just maybe cut it down to 4 pizzas and get another pumpkin.
That's a good idea, Chris, because you know we don't need the extra slices. All right, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Chris Egan, live out there at the Derry Gold Big Game. Okay, the new Big Game poll, we usually throw it up there right about, we got to kind of wait this week because there's some playoff things going on. It'll go up Sunday or Monday as the playoff picture takes shape. So we'll get to that in just a few. You guys can jump on there for the Big Game, which is a post-game deal next week. We're already in through week 9 just about. It's unbelievable how fast this high school football season has gone. All right, to enhance your pleasure at these high school viewing experience and the big games that we bring you week in and week out, for those of you at the Big Game or fans who can't be there, we're turning around the best plays from the game moments later, and you can see them on King 5 Sports Twitter page. So follow us at King 5 Sports. So that's, again, the Big Game replay is always fun. And there are some great plays tonight, not only at Chris's game, the Derry Gold game, but, again, Steilacoom Fife is coming up. You're going to want to see that one. And the top 5 plays, I don't know how Knipp's doing it tonight. I think we need 10 tonight, and I can't wait to rail him for the 5 he picked and the 5 he left out. I'm coming for you. All right, let's bring in Jackie, the intern. And Jackie, I noticed, it's unbelievable this week. There are no shutouts on your board.
I was just about to say that.
Mr. Anderson and Kentridge would be very proud of you for listening.
Well, there actually wasn't many shutouts out there tonight, so that's a good thing, right? So let's start with Sumner over at Emerald Ridge, 56-13. Meridian, 52. Mount Baker, 29. River Ridge over Franklin Pierce, 35-14. Edmonds Woodway beating Snohomish, 38-17. Squim beating Kingston, 48-6. Stanwood over Kings, 21-7. Burlington Edison, that's quite the mouthful, over Blaine, 47-13. Mariners, 16. Jackson, 14. River Ridge over Franklin Pierce, 35-14. Cascade beating Kamiak, 58-20. Redmond, 23. Interlake, 13. And Lakewood, 35. Bellingham, 28.
I couldn't even interrupt you. I just wanted to see if you could do it all with that big breath of yours to go through. You had some close games tonight. That's good. All right, I know you're going to come back with the Player of the Week. We're looking forward to that. First, let's get to some music and the Mount Tahoma Band. All right, thanks to Mount Tahoma Band there. And as we continue on here, you know, we talked about the vote being so close this week. 45 votes separating the 2 top games that got all the votes, over 16,000 votes this week. Well, we sent Alex Rozier out to Lake Stevens and Monroe tonight. That was the site of the classic moment from last year.
A rib. Can I get a rib? All right. Paul, we got ribs, we got hot dogs, we got, oh my goodness, that's hot. And we'll have highlights.
No burnt fingers this year. It never gets old, folks. But we'll see what Alex Rozier is up to tonight in Monroe.
A huge game in Snohomish County. Lake Stevens and Monroe, 2 undefeated squads in league play, playing for the 4A Westco title. But the Vikings took control early. Connor Bardew hits number 12, Austin Murrin. Murrin had a big night. Lake Stevens goes up 7-0. and they look to keep it going here. On the next offensive series, Bardu dumps it off to Kayshawn at Monarath. Kayshawn turns the corner, gives the Vikings a 14-0 lead. And they still keep their foot on the gas. Lake Stevens scored again. It was 21-0. My goodness, Chris Egan.
Oh my goodness, that's hot.
And they stay hot. After halftime, Anthony Hutchinson made an interception, and then on the offensive side of the ball, he makes this catch. That took the Lake Stevens lead to 28-6. And when Monroe had a chance to get in the end zone, check this out. A one-handed interception, Kaysen Kinchin, an unbelievable catch. Lake Stevens on fire.
Oh my goodness, that's hot.
The Vikings win big on the road. 38-12 is the final. I'm Alex Rozier, King 5 Sports.
Bellevue hosting Lake Washington, and the Wolverines' ground attack is in fine form. Isaiah Ifanzi says, let's go for a ride. Drags a couple of Kangs into the end zone. Ifanzi keeps it up, runs it in from 3 yards out. Bellevue rolling along. One more time. This one from Satterley Styles. 7-yard touchdown. Wolverines grind it out 45-13, a winner. Here we go. Trojans of Fife get into an offensive showdown with Steilacoom. These young ladies must have put on 10 pounds of muscle after this one. The Trojans defense starts the scoring explosion. Seth Keeney forces the fumble. Brian Hill scoops it up, and there's nothing but blue jerseys around him. He's got an escort to the house. Sentinels quarterback J.J. Lemming comes right back. He looking for T.J. Page. It's a quick little touchdown, and Page makes it count. Back and forth they go. Fife quarterback Philani Jennings with the play fake. Dejon Brooks in a full sprint. Jennings hits him with a perfect pass. He's gone. Now here's a rare running play in this game. Jamison Willingham takes the handoff, and he motors into the end zone for Steilacoom. Here's one of my favorite touchdowns of the night. Eli Graham making a diving catch at the goal line. He loses his helmet, but he has to wait for the touchdown signal. And they give it to him. Graham goes all WWE, but they rule him down at the 1. So he doesn't even get the touchdown. Trojans score from there, though. Might be seeing this play again. Lemming to Page. Trojans gamble, and Page tiptoes the sideline. Call him TD Page. Strong effort to take it the distance. Talking about an entertaining game tonight. Steilacoom wins it 52-27. Lakes playing host to Bethel at Harry E. Lang Stadium. We picked this one up with the Lancers on the drive. Liam Bladow throws this one up. Check out the diving pick by Adrian Tetatau. What a pick, what a name. Drive stalls for the Braves. Later on, Lakes on the drive. Bladow hands it off to Khalil Lewis, who makes a strong run. He takes a hit, steps out just short of the end zone. So why not let the man finish? Lewis gets the handoff again, and he takes it in for 6. They're going to give it to him. Bethel wins a close one tonight, 21-19. All right, let's go through some scores. As we get to it, Zila a winner over Puyallup. Cedar Park Christian a winner. Aberdeen gets a win over Centralia. Capital over Shelton tonight. Yelm a winner over Central Kitsap. Chimicum a big winner over Coopville, a good game I should say. Napavine a winner over Chief Leshai. Henry Foss over Clover Park tonight. Sultan over Granite Falls. Gig Harbor, the Tides getting it done tonight over North Thurston. Mercer Island and a good one over Juanita. Archbishop Murphy over Cedar Crest. And Glacier Peak, 42, Mount Vernon, 38, Mount Si, 45, Newport, 34, Cedro Woolley, the Cubs, looking for the jersey still, Cubs. I'll take a practice jersey. You only have 3 weeks left, 42-6 over Anacortes. Let's take a look at this week's cheerleading squad.
Hey, Paul Sylvie, love the Sports Blitz.
Yes. All right, we get a lot of highlights to get to still, and a lot to get to as we continue on. Jackie's coming back with the player of the week, voted on by you. But let's get to Ryan Takeo and his game tonight.
Here at Tumwater Stadium, WF West and Tumwater, they're going for first place. And a lot of fun in the stands, not just in these stands behind me, but right next to the stadium in someone's backyard.
This is the Friday Night Light Tower.
Jeff Hotsko built the stands right in his backyard.
That's it. You got a VIP pass to get in. This is why I built it. Oh, cool. That's why I built it. Right here. And it's the best seat in the house, as far as I'm concerned.
Best seat in the house, right outside his. Both teams undefeated in league play, looking to be the top seed in the Evergreen 2A. Opening drive, Dylan Payne with the end around inside the 5. It sets up an opening field goal. Same score in the second quarter, and it's Payne again, in from 6 yards out. Then later in the half, this fourth down play at midfield.
I mean, if you're a good team, you got to go for it.
Let's listen in to Jeff and his friends.
This is a statement. Uh-oh. Woo, baby.
That led to another Payne touchdown, and in the third quarter, Dylan Payne with the hat trick. There he is from 1 yard out. Tumwater all over WF West. 44-3 on senior night.
One final push for Pink as Breast Cancer Awareness Month nears an end. Tonight, the fans rep the color in their teams. It's Timberline and Peninsula. Timberline's Michael Barnes goes into the pile. Barnes comes out of the pile, and he's off. Barnes picks up big yards before Tanner McKinney shoves him out of bounds. That sets up a Blazers touchdown. Jamin Fa'alogo has no trouble running into the end zone, 7-0. Trouble on the Seahawks special teams after a bobbled snap. It's a short kick. Fa'alogo catches it on the run, but check out the hit by Ozzie Martin. He's on the crazy train. The Hawks defense comes up right here, comes up big. Look at Jace Kime. Climbs the ladder, makes an awesome interception. One problem, it's at the 1 yard line. So quarterback Burt Griffin has no choice but to heave it. Out of danger, or is it into danger? Isaac Thompson picks it off. He does a nice job regaining his balance, stays on his feet for a few more yards. Talented play in this one. Timberline goes on to win it tonight. Every weekend is Halloween weekend, and Pop Keeney, love these guys. Bethel fans always come dressed to play. Cougars taking on Inglemore. Quarterback Jacob Sermon hits DeVicious Wilson, and he makes a nice catch just in bounds for a touchdown. Vikings defense gets tested all game. That's Riley Merceburg holding up the run while waiting for reinforcements, and they're coming, that's for sure. Vikings pile on. The Cougs crank up the passing game again. Sermon fires to Riley Morrison over the middle, snags it for another Bethel touchdown. Sermon just keeps firing off the fake. He rolls out and sees Jalen Percival at the goal line. Got him. Bethel knocks off Inglemore tonight. Eastlake playing host to Linden. Crowd a little Techno Friday. Seahawks have Techno Thursday. Why not? Wolves on the drive. Connor Brown drops back and finds Hank Pladson, who jumps up and makes a nice catch into the end zone for 6. Eastlake on the drive. Brown with a little heat check. The Lions safety, Brock Hapner, playing center field and makes the nice pick. Runs it back, setting up Linden with good field position. Ensuing drive, James Marsh drops back only to get picked off by Chris Nelson. Nelson comes up big here. Look at the diving grab. Now to the Wolves. They're on the drive. Brown going to find who else? It's Pladson again, who makes another great grab. So what can we expect on the next play? Well, you got to figure this Brown Pladson thing has been working for the last couple hours. Let's go again for 6. Eastlake goes on to win this one, the final 42-7. All right, let's bring in Chris Egan again. And Chris had the Auburn Riverside game. It was the big game of the week. And Chris, you had a longtime coach down there getting ready to hang him up.
Yeah, Paul, it was definitely tough to see one of Gordon Elliott's last games. I've been watching him for the past 16 years. He's had 14 winning seasons during his 16 years here at Auburn High School. He started coaching back in 1983 for Camas High School. Also coached in college for a little bit at the University of Puget Sound, but found a home here at Auburn High School. But in the end, tonight, it was all about Auburn Riverside. Once again, they knock off Auburn 48-28, co-conference champions. Coach Bryant Thomas, who is now the winningest coach in Raven school history. Well, he knew tonight's game was going to be tough going up against a Gordon Elliott coach team.
You know, we knew that they were going to play hard for Gordy. It's a typical Gordy coach team. They're going to play for 48 minutes. He's a beloved member in the community. The kids love him, and so we knew that was going to happen. We're going to get that type of challenge. And they played hard, and our kids did enough to win a game tonight. But we got to get better.
Yeah,
we got to get better.
It's got to be rewarding as a coach, though, knowing you can pound the ball on the ground and you can go to the air as well. And we were seeing a little mix of time from that.
Yes, we got some talented kids, especially on the perimeter with Jaden Robinson out there. He's a fast kid, so he can get vertical for us. But our run game is what makes us go. And with Tiano leading the run game, that's, you know, it's going to be tough for us to be stopped.
You said it before the game. When that guy gets there, he doesn't leave much on the field, does he?
He doesn't. He doesn't come off the field. He's on special teams. He's on offense. He's on defense. He's our leader. He did a great job leading tonight.
He led tonight. Brave Boy had a nice game tonight,
yes,
too. Talk about his effort.
Oh, great kid, great effort. You know, a couple big runs throughout the game to keep us moving when we needed the big runs. He produced. I think he had, what, 3-4 touchdowns tonight?
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. I mean, great night for that kid.
I'm going to let you enjoy it, but you got Camas next Friday here. I mean, you might as well. You know, if you're gonna be the best, you got to beat them, right?
That's right. At some point, you got to play all the best teams in the state, and we're lucky enough to have an opportunity to be on the field with them. And so we're just happy to have that opportunity. We're gonna go out and give it our best shot and see what happens.
It was a great game. My team went out there and performed. You know, I like to push for my O-line. Came out a little slow second half, but then we got right back on it. You know, need a little work on defense, but otherwise, great game with them.
Tell me about this O-line. They were creating some holes, and when they didn't, you cut it to the outside.
Yeah, hey, I trust them. You know, I trust them to make a play every single time. And if they mess up, you know, then I'll make do with what I have. But I trust them with everything.
Co-champs of the MPSL. That's pretty special stuff. Your thoughts on that?
Feels great. It feels great that it's my senior year. Then when it would happen, you know, haven't had it any other year. But you know, it feels good to go out that way.
So congrats to Auburn Riverside. By the way, if you have a question, Paul, just jump on Facebook and leave it, and I'll answer the question. Some people are asking why in the world is Auburn Riverside facing off against Camas next Friday here? Well, the story tonight, Camas lost tonight to Union 14-13, so second place in that conference hits the road, and they will take on Auburn Riverside right here next Friday night. Enumclaw, the #1 seed out of this conference. Earlier today, Paul, I had the pleasure of going to my alma mater, Puyallup High School, for King 5's morning show big pep rally, and they had a big announcement today as well.
It's really fun. I love how the school's so inclusive, and I love how we show our Viking pride because we're Viking Nation and we win things.
I now pronounce Chris Egan, Puyallup High School's homecoming king.
Oh my goodness, this is a big moment. This is a big moment. Oh, it's a big moment. Oh, this is awesome. I tell you what, Paul, when I look back at my career, so many great memories. I've got 3 kids, had a wedding, but I tell you what, this is just tops on the list today, Paul. Being named homecoming king at Puyallup High School. I know Tony White, our executive producer, doesn't like this line, Paul, but I'll go ahead and say it. When they put the crown on my head today, I pretty much said, it doesn't get any better than this. A special, special moment today at Puyallup High School. I will have that crown now for the rest of my life.
We see you at Puyallup High School, like, I don't know, every couple of months, Chris. Are you that guy that just keeps going back to your high school? You know, it's over. It's over.
Paul, I tried to get tomorrow night off. It's homecoming. I wanted to take my wife, who was a cheerleader there, but Tony White says, no, you need to work. You need to come in, so I will not be going to homecoming tomorrow night.
All right, man. All right, well, get out of there, man. Thanks for the reports today. We appreciate it. All right, Chris Egan, always having some fun. Now to your pictures. We want to see what's doing out of your games as we kind of take our time through this. Some good ones tonight, some great games, some great highlights, and we still have more to come here. I'm not kidding. There's some still the top 5 plays of the week coming up. You're going to like those. Send us your pictures via Twitter or Instagram, hashtag K5Sports, and don't forget to follow King 5 Sports. So let's look at some of the picks. It's time now for our player of the week, and for that, we bring in Jackie the intern one more time. Jackie.
All right, well, we went up north this week to talk to our winner, Keegan Stitch from Snohomish. Keegan helped bring the Panthers to a 47-6 victory against Mount Lake Terrace with 281 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. But he says he gives most of the credit to his O-line. Let's see what Keegan and head coach Kai Smalley had to say about last week's performance and some of the Snohomish football traditions.
It's an honor, you know, I really appreciate it, everybody out there voting for me, so it feels great. Yeah, my mom saw it, so she posted it all over Facebook asking everybody to vote for me. And I had a lot of friends vote for me from school, so it was really heartwarming to know the community's out around me supporting me. Yeah, I got to give it up to my O-linemen. They just balled out that game. They got every block I needed, so I love him for it.
He's a very instinctive player. He's very driven to score every time he touches the ball, which is probably the best qualities he has. He's the kind of kid that we want to make sure that we get a lot of touches to, obviously because of the way he runs the ball, but because it also sets up the way our game plays as well. So he does a good job of opening up other weapons we can use. We get the kids circled up. They got the clap thing they do. I can't even get in rhythm with it, so I don't even try.
That's one of our traditions. We just get in, do our little beat, and then we call out all of our positions teams, so special teams and offense and defense. Something special that we do here at Sehome. Thank you everybody for voting for me. I really appreciate it. And love you, Grandma. I'll be playing for you Friday night. Love you.
You got to like that. Congratulations to Keegan Stitch. Always good to get Snohomish on the show as well. Okay, you know, we talk about the student videographers from the Tacoma School District each week. They have 2 camera shoots. They go out and have a lot of fun. Great experience for them. Great advantage for us to have them out shooting games tonight. They had Stadium and Lincoln. So let's check it out and see how they did. The kids were busy. Stadium looking for 6 on this one. The Abes all over it in the end zone. Trayshawn Seal goes up in traffic, and he makes the interception for Lincoln. That's a tough grab there. Next time down, quarterback Hunter Wenley fires one right to Tyler Oliver. Touchdown Tigers. Lincoln quarterback Caden Filer gets the air game going here, and Filer throws a nice pass to Julian Simon, makes the catch. He won't be denied. How about this play by Stadium's Cameron Rogers? He reaches up with one hand and makes the interception. Look at that. One hand, both feet in, only needed one. Count it. Wenley is in all kinds of trouble here. The Abes bull rush him. He has nowhere to go. They jar the ball loose. Moss Fasavalu picks it up for the Abes, and he's touchdown dream right there for a defender. One final strike for Lincoln on special teams. Tristan Kwan on the punt return. Guy's a pro. Navigates his way through the coverage. Takes it back for a touchdown as Lincoln goes on to win this one tonight. The Scots of Shorecrest hoping to do a number on Mount Lake Terrace. Close game in the first half. The Hawks grinding it out. Jesse Martineau takes the handoff, plows through traffic, and he's in for a touchdown. Gutsy call on the ensuing kickoff. Look at this. Hawks go for an onside kick. It catches the Scots off guard. Ball keeps kind of bouncing around before the Hawks finally smother it, and the refs say it's all legal. Your ball, fellas. They continue the drive into the next quarter. Keegan Grayson laying the groundwork on this one. Bulls over the last tackler and in. Shorecrest gets it going. Eladio Fountain lets it fly. It's up for grabs, and Chris Lee goes up and gets it for a Scots touchdown. Mount Lake Terrace and the Scots. Joel Knipp will have a final for us in just a second. All right.
Here we go, Kings! Here we go!
8-man football in the SeaTac League. Muckleshoot and Tacoma Baptist. Crusaders quarterback P.J. Talon rolls out and sees a lot of room to run. Gets the edge, and he's gone. That kind of game for the Crusaders offense. Next time, Talon wants to throw, looking for a receiver before dumping it off to fellow captain Logan Kitzelman. He breaks a couple of tackles early and weaves his way through the defense, all the way to the end zone. The Crusaders defense takes a turn. Talon jumps the route and takes it to the house. Tacoma Baptist playing strong, building a 28-0 lead. Give Muckleshoot credit. The Kings never give up. Dominic Jansen hands to Echo Agcapini, and he just launches this football. Darius Nichols hauls it in for a huge gain to set up a touchdown just before halftime. Jansen fires a pass to Nichols. He makes the catch for 6. Tacoma Baptist goes on to win it 63-16.
So they did win over Mount Lake Terrace 34-22. That was a good game. I didn't want to guess who won. The crack staff I have here in Joel Knipp giving me the final score again. 34-22 Shorecrest. Okay, let's get through it. Meridian, a winner over Mount Baker today. Montesano wins over Elma. Black Hills, a winner over Rochester. Kalama, 49. Mossy Rock, nothing. Wilson, a winner over Mount Tahoma tonight. Bellevue Christian over Cahoya. Cascade Christian, a winner over Port Townsend. Nooksack Valley over Linden Christian. Ferndale over Marysville Getchell. Adna, a winner tonight. Holcomb, a winner over Forks. Curtis over South Kitsap. We just keep rolling through. Wahkiakum, a winner. That's it. I'm told that's it, folks. That's the end of the scores. All right. You know what time it is now? It's time for the top 5 plays of the week. And I can't promise you I don't even know what they are. I know what I would have picked. I don't know what Joel picked. So let's get after it. At number 5, we go back to Thursday's game. Hazen star running back Delvin McNeely looks bottled up. Look at this. He's just breaking through to the other side. The Tahoma Bears had him trapped, and he gets out of it somehow. These guys are not going to want to watch this film for sure. One play that just goes wrong for the Bears, and all right for Hazen. Again, the Highlanders knock off the Bears, and this one has been, he cuts back and basically walks in. That's number 5. All right, number 4. Don't throw on Jace Kime near the end zone. The senior from Peninsula comes down with it. Right at the 1 for the interception. You got to see this in slow motion to appreciate Kime's play. He high points the ball, makes the play. Nice defense by Jace. Number 3, we head back to the Lincoln game. Tristan Kwan takes the punt, starts weaving through the traffic. 70 yards later, he scores. On the Abe's roster, Kwan is listed as an athlete. It's so true. He makes 3 cutbacks before heading to the pylon for 6, and our number 3 play of the week. Number 2, 2-for-1 deal. Fife Seth Keeney leads it off with a nice strip of the receiver. Brian Hill scoops it up, returns it 40 yards for a touchdown. Stillicum and Fife just put on a show tonight. Same game. Stillicum's turn for the big play. Quarterback J.J. Lemming fires deep in its territory to T.J. Page, make it T.D. Page. Down the sideline as he turns it upfield. You see what I did there? Only one guy can stop him, and it's a touchdown. Page says, not today. All right, the number 1 play of the week from Lake Stevens, sophomore Kason Kinchin makes a great one-handed interception in the end zone. Not only does he deny Monroe of a touchdown, he makes a spectacular one-handed grab. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Like Odell Beckham Jr., sophomore, earning the top play of the week. Woo! That was a lot of fun. Hey, Green Boy, come on out here and take a bow. And we might as well bring Cambridge out. Jackie's wearing the green jersey. Bellarmine Prep, thanks for the jersey. We appreciate you sending it in. Next week, I don't even know who I'm going to be wearing, but I always appreciate when the schools send in their jerseys and allow us to give them a little extra pub on the air. That's going to do it for week number 9. What are you doing, man?
Let's go, buddy, let's go. Let's have more highlights. Come on.
Thanks for being with us. We'll be back next Friday night for week 10 of the Blitz. Sunday night on the 5th quarter, the Texans and the Seahawks. Before we go, we have the Skyline dance team doing their Halloween routine. Have a great weekend.